Hello, my name is Connor Kotzman, and welcome to The Pulse. Today, Kent Adams sits down with Jessica from the Wave to discuss the renovations of the restaurant and more to come. Then, Ethan Perreiah sits down in My House, My Home with Rainman Rain Gutters. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Starting a digging project? Before you reach for the shovel, you must click callbeforeyoudig.org, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. Protect our buried utilities and click callbeforeyoudig.org.
The world has changed a lot in 50 years, and Kimley Haygood has changed with it. We still provide our customers with the highest level of service, whether it's financing, construction management, property management and maintenance, leasing, or sales. Our team is here to help you make the best decisions with your real estate.
Well, welcome to the Wave. Jessi, like in Jessi's Girl.
Yes.
Right? Okay. How are you doing?
I am doing good.
A lot of things are happening here at the Wave. I was looking at your menu and you've updated it.
It's actually about to get updated again.
Again?
Yes.
Okay, you just can't leave things alone?
A lot of people have been asking for some of our old favorites to come back to the menu, so we are revamping the menu again and adding some more of those old favorites back on.
Right. What are some of the old favorites?
Let's see, like the Jessica Albacore, that's a favorite roll, the Death by Salmon and the Death by Tuna. There's a lot of things. Okay, good.
Speaking of before, there's been a history here. How long have you been here?
I actually have not been here that long. I've only been here, gosh, it's been like 8 months, I think.
8 months, okay.
It really hasn't been that long. It could have been longer than that, honestly. But it hasn't been a year.
Obviously, you're having fun.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like it feels a lot longer because I've done a lot in the short period of time that I've been here.
Well, you've grown in your job here personally, aren't you? Mm-hmm. Because you now have additional responsibilities. What were your first responsibilities and what are they now?
I was hired on as a bartender. And I am the bar manager now, and I plan their events here. Like we just had a St. Patrick's Day party, and we did a Valentine's Day thing, and Halloween, all of that stuff. I plan those. And then I just recently started taking over our social media presence.
Ah, okay. I see you have a Wave cocktail menu here too.
And that's getting remade too. Actually, it's finished. It just hasn't been printed yet.
Well, get it printed, girl. Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of these cocktails, honestly, have been here since the beginning of the Wave.
Okay.
So that's one of the first things that I really wanted to get my hands on is trying to update things and bring new, fresh stuff to the table.
Yeah.
And I've done a lot of change with our alcohol too, the beer, the wine. I've been trying to bring in a lot more local things because I know that's something
that's important in Spokane because we like to buy local, don't we? And we've got a number of breweries and alcohol facilities around town that do it and make great stuff. And so you're going to have some name stuff, I think, coming here soon. We won't talk about it quite yet.
We won't talk about that quite yet.
People will have to come and find out in a couple weeks, right? Tell me, do most people come in for lunch, for dinner, for drinks after work to kind of get past the day? Honestly, you're open for all that, right?
We are, and I think that our lunch, it wasn't doing as well, but we have recently relaunched the lunch menu.
Okay.
So that has brought in a lot of our regulars that used to be regulars here for lunch because the lunch menu was so great.
So the word is getting out.
Yeah, and a lot of the businesses around the area, we have a lot of people that come in, they're regulars because they're close, they walk here on their lunch break. They have a short period of time, so the lunch menu has made it a lot easier for them to be able to enjoy us.
The secret to our audience is that we're the first building on the other side of the railroad tracks from here, aren't we? So I have no more excuses. I used to say, well, they're all sushi, but you're not.
We're not.
No. What do you have for people like me that are not the most fish inclined or seafood inclined?
We also have a lot of island favorites. We have the chicken teriyaki, stir fry bowls, things like that. But even if that's not your style, we also have a burger. We have wings. So we have fries and tater tots and chicken
fries, you got me now.
Yeah. We have beer battered fries and regular bistro fries.
All right.
So, we have a lot.
Good. What's it like in your job of being both bartender and the social media? Those are kind of two different things, but you probably hear some stories. Do you repeat them out there? No. Of course not.
Honestly, I feel like those two things kind of go hand in hand.
Yes, okay.
Any place that I've ever worked where I worked in a bar, you post on social media because you want people to come see you.
Yes.
So it's something that I've always done in every place that I've ever worked.
Okay.
The last place that I was a bar manager at, I was in North Dakota. I was at an Applebee's. And I started their Facebook page. So I've kind of always done it, so it's fun for me, and I feel like it's really important. If you look at any bartender's Facebook page or their social media, they're promoting whatever business that they're working at, because that's your bartenders are, a lot of the times, your servers, your bartenders are why people come back.
Right. That is so true.
You have great food, and if you have terrible service, they're not going to come back.
Yes, and probably more of a chance to chat with people as a bartender than as a server when you're delivering food and then you're going to the next table across the hall and so forth, and so you can maybe spend a little more time and
you get to know people.
Yeah. I'll ask for some terrible story. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Less terrible stories here, a lot more in North Dakota.
Why do you like what you're doing? Because obviously you like what you're doing, and that's important in all of our jobs, okay?
Yeah. I honestly, sometimes, you have those days, the bad days, where you're like, I don't like people.
We all do.
Really, at the heart of it, I love people. I love working with people. I love talking to people. I like getting to know people. I've done a lot of things. I've gone to school for a lot of things.
Okay.
And I always come back to this, and part of it, I guess, would be the money, but also part of it is
the people.
I love what I do.
Yeah.
People come and they get to know you. I have regulars that live upstairs because we have apartments upstairs too, that come down here multiple times a day.
They're kind of like family.
You know them, you know their life, and they spill the tea and you spill yours, and it's great.
That's great. Now you have a variety of things. Obviously you have a bar here, but we're sitting in the bar restaurant area right now, but you have a bar that is for 21 and olders, back in the back there that we're showing. And then what is this that's over here?
The smoothie place.
Huh?
The smoothie and the coffee place.
Okay.
That's Wave Wellness over there. So it used to be Fusion, and it was a different business. When they remodeled this, they took that wall down, we brought them in, and now it's all the Wave. So she does smoothies over there, she does coffee, she does boba tea, she does everything, honestly.
But that's part of your operation?
That's part of our thing. So on the back of our new lunch menu, there's a build your own beverage.
Okay.
And it has, which you don't have, but I can grab you one. There's a build your own beverage where you can choose your base, whether it be a Thai tea or milk tea, Red Bull even, and then throw in boba in there and whatever flavors you want.
My wife might like the Thai tea because her mom and dad, her mom especially, and her grandparents were missionaries in Thailand.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
I've always wanted to go to Thailand.
Yeah. So that would be interesting for her to experience. But I can, sitting at the restaurant part where we are right now, I can get all that.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
She's here until 4 o'clock every day, so it's more of like a lunch thing.
Right.
But you can get all of those things every day, Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday, okay. And let's talk about the hours, because people will want to know. You're open for lunch, so you open at what, 11?
Yep, we open at 11, and we are open until 11.
Oh, okay.
So we've been having
That's easy to remember. Even I can remember that.
11 to 11, except for on Sundays. On Sundays, we close at 8.
Right.
But every other day, we're open from 11 to 11, and we have happy hour twice a day. So we have it from 3 to 5, and then again from 9 to close.
Okay. So is everybody happy then?
Everybody's really happy to have happy hour. Honestly,
you make sure of that, don't you?
Yeah, that was one of the first menus that we brought back. As soon as I that was something that was really important. People were asking, and that was something that the Wave was known for.
Yes.
They were known for that late night appetizer menu.
And then recently we went through the pandemic when downtown has essentially been shut down, a lot of it, not all of it, but a lot of it. And you remained open, right?
They so during the pandemic is when they did the remodel.
Oh, okay.
So they were closed for a little bit. They did a remodel, and for a while they were across the street, and then end of July. Yeah.
But you're back in your regular spot, which is on the corner of
Howard and First.
Howard and First. Okay. Spokane Talks is right up the street, by the way, on Howard, 157 Howard. But yes, it's great. I love downtown. I love being back downtown. And it's time to invite the public to come in for lunch and after work drink or two and maybe a dinner, huh?
Yeah, we would love to have you.
Okay.
We have a lot of exciting things coming. The new menu will be rolling out, and it's going
as soon as it's printed.
Yeah, as soon as it's printed. We're hoping to start it on the 21st.
Okay.
So it will have all the updated items on there, and the drink menu will have all of our updated sake list. I've brought in a lot of really exciting things.
Oh, good.
and all of our new local beers and wine. I've switched a lot of our wine to Washington wines as well. So it's been a lot of fun, honestly, trying to mix things up and build things from the bottom up.
Well, we often talk about shopping local, and that we can do here at the Wave. And so you have a website.
We do.
And you have a Facebook page?
We do.
Okay.
And an Instagram.
Instagram.
And we will have an app launching soon that can make it possible for people to order online, and they can pay online and then come pick it up.
Oh, nice. Because we're all getting kind of used to that sometimes.
And then we do Uber Eats as well.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And do you take reservations?
Yes, we do.
Oh, okay, great.
Oh, yeah. We take so many reservations.
That's important for a lot of business people who have business meetings and don't want to just stand around, or they're bringing their family now. Family place, kids love it, I'll bet, with the smoothies and so forth. Okay, but get here before 4, or will someone still be doing them after?
The smoothies will end at 4.
Okay.
Eventually, we'll
So bring the kids after school and get something, all right? Something to take in the car even, right?
We still have a lot of good stuff. But as far as parties go, we do have a back room. We have a banquet room that we take a lot of parties in. I did want to say that.
Yes.
And then we do, occasionally people will rent out that back bar.
Okay.
So if it's a large enough party, we will close that back bar.
Sure, that would make sense.
Parties. We do it here all the time.
Right, great. All right.
It's really nice.
And your name is?
Jessi.
Jessi. All right. Check in with Jessi, okay? Here at the Wave. Thank you.
An interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world? That's the new thing. It isn't a tagline. It's a philosophy wrapped in red and white. It is Eastern Washington and you.
Hello, I'm Parker with Hope Neighborhood Coffee Roasters. Hope is a student-led professional coffee production here at the Hunt Settlement. To promote cultural awareness through country of origin studies with coffee farmers worldwide. And third, provide a sustainable funding for the Hunt Settlement education program.
Hi, my name is Roxanne. Please join us to nurture and educate Hutton youth by becoming a monthly coffee subscriber. You can visit us by going to www.huttonsettlement.org and click on the About Us page. Thank you.
This is River Ridge Frame Shop, called Frame It Today, where we can take your art, customize it, and get it ready to hang on the wall. here at River Ridge Hardware, 2803 West Garland.
Hi, my name is Ethan Perreiah with My House, My Home, and today we have Kris Schwenk with Rainman Rain Gutters. Thank you for being here today.
Glad to be here.
Yes, so as you can probably tell, he is in the rain gutter business. So tell me a little bit about that, how you got into it, what you provide.
The original owner of Rainman, I met over a game of pool, and he happened to be looking for a right-hand man. The business was growing, and I kind of fell into it, and it was almost 25 years ago now.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I kind of got lucky. Stumbled into this local company that I've watched grow over the years, and kind of been part of that.
Awesome.
So
what did you do before you got into?
A short stint in the military.
Awesome.
25 years ago, I was a lot younger, fresh out of the military, trying to figure out life. I won't suggest to you that I've done that yet. I'm still working on that.
Nice.
But I found myself a great company to work for, and something I believe in doing.
Awesome. So what does a day-to-day kind of day in the life look like for you?
Most of what I do for the company is outside sales, job coordination. I do a lot of estimating on commercial projects, stuff off of plans. Probably have a little bit of a hand in each of those kinds of things for the company.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I know nothing about rain gutters. All I know is that I see them on my house.
There's a lot of common misconceptions about.
Yeah, tell me about
rain
that.
Gutters.
Yeah.
Well, the idea behind rain guttering is to help you protect your home, and I've found that rain gutters have about a 3-year payoff, meaning the money that you invest, if you're going to stay in the home more than 3 years, you're going to get your money's worth. Just in what it's going to protect your building materials, the paint, the siding, the foundation. It's not uncommon for people to get water into their home through the basement. And a lot of times it's because of the lack of rain gutters, and we have a couple months a year where the ground might be frozen, and that creates this opportunity for water to get into the home. And that's what I meant when I was talking about common misconceptions. A lot of people think they need rain gutters just to keep the water off their head, when they come in the side door of the house. But really, it's about protecting the home.
So, as the consumer, if I was to have you come out to my house, what are things that I need to look for while you're giving me an assessment of what might need to be fixed? What are things I need to look for?
Well, certainly you want to make sure your home is, prepped for a good rain gutter install. So if there's some paint work to be done, you'd want to get that out of the way. It's very common to be doing rain gutters for people in conjunction with a new roof. So, if your roof's not in order and you were going to re-roof the home within the next year or two, certainly it would make sense to look at doing your rain gutters at the same time. Modern codes with roofing do tie into the rain gutter system to some degree, so it's best to have that in place, and then the new gutter system can be installed and tucked up underneath it, the new drip edge flashing that's part of the new roof system. But in terms of the wear and how much on your home, that's something we kind of talk through with people. Each house is going to have areas that are more important to do than others, and sometimes you might be rain guttering a certain part of the home that's less important, but as a way of carrying the water to a better place to drain. And we have various different gutter sizes, types of material, hanging systems, and so with our past experience, we know what works and what doesn't, and we would kind of offer you what makes sense for your home.
Yeah. So kind of with what you said, misconceptions, I feel like there's certain, like the DIY guys that are like, I can put on rain gutters on my house myself.
Well, you can.
What's kind of the downside of that?
Well, there's the materials that are available to you through the local home stores really are kind of inferior compared to what somebody like us can provide. We have the ability to extrude material right on site. metal, roll formed, or what they call seamless. Just refers to this process of manufacturing the material on site. So you're taking a raw sheet metal and essentially extruding that as a rain gutter in aluminum or steel or whatever the material we're using for that particular job. What you're going to get from the local home store, oftentimes is plastic or light gauge metal, or they're put together in sections, so it creates a lot of seams unnecessarily. And with the sectional gutter system like you're going to get from one of the home stores, it's very difficult to get the proper slope. And with the lighter weight materials, they don't usually stand up to the harsh winters that we have.
Gotcha. That's good to know. What's your favorite part about your job?
My favorite part is probably the variety. When I come into the office in the morning, I never know who I'm going to meet or what the projects are going to be like, So the people, I meet a lot of different people doing this.
Yeah.
So that's probably the best part. We've got a lot of people moving into this area, so it's been kind of fun for me getting to know some of these people.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably my favorite part.
The type of materials that you guys, homes in Spokane, we use, is it different than like a rainier place like Seattle? Is there anything as far as treatment that people have to do differently?
Yeah. That's a good question. We certainly have snow and ice to deal with here. And we have the ability to extrude a heavier gauge material on a structure that may have a need for that. A good example is a home or a building with a metal roof is going to allow for the snow to slide off in the wintertime, and that can place a tremendous load on the rain gutter. So we have the ability to do a seamless steel rather than aluminum, and it's actually quite affordable.
Gotcha.
But it's nearly 7 times stronger than the standard aluminum would be.
Gotcha. Interesting.
So that would be an example of what we would use in this market where, coastal area that has above freezing temperatures wouldn't necessarily have those same challenges.
Interesting.
And not every gutter company offers that, by the way.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, most of our competitors are what I call owner-operator.
Okay.
And the machines that can extrude these heavier gauge materials are quite a bit more expensive, and so they don't necessarily outfit their company with the ability to do that.
Gotcha. How many companies would you say provide that service that you guys provide then?
Well, I think the last time we counted, there might have been somewhere between 30 and 35 different companies that offer some level of rain gutter service.
Okay.
And that could be, the guy on Craigslist, all the way through to companies like us, or even different roofing contractors may own a gutter machine, but they don't necessarily specialize in that industry.
Gotcha. Cool.
So it's not a bad thing. I mean, it helps to keep us competitive, but we're more of a full service operation, you might say, when it comes to rain gutters.
Awesome. When do you think's the time, if someone's owned their house for X amount of years, when should they get a quote or an estimate on their rain gutters, or when should they have someone come out and see if they need any repairs or something like that?
Well, if it's a newer home, you will see where a builder may not offer any kind of rain gutters in new construction. It's not a building code requirement, so it's not a bad idea to get your home protected right away. If it's an older home that's got an older set of rain gutters, you'll typically start to see things like corners leaking and even some bent material from the stress of snow and ice, which will make the gutters hold water and overflow. So that's kind of a telltale sign that your gutters might need some attention. And if they are a modern gutter system, and by modern I mean made within the last 30 years, we may even have the ability to come in and replace isolated sections. It's not necessarily an all or none type of thing.
Gotcha.
But there's usually obvious signs, from corners leaking and then leaving staining on the fascia, or You know, a nuisance drip will cause ice buildup on your concrete walkways in the wintertime. So there's pretty obvious signs if you're looking for it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I've learned. I started knowing nothing about rain gutters, and now I feel like I have a pretty decent understanding of what to look for. So what does the rest of your year look like, or this spring look like for you? Are you guys pretty busy right now?
Spring is a naturally busy time of year.
Yeah.
There's 2 high volume times a year. It's usually spring and fall. The spring, mostly once things start to turn green and painters are painting, roofers are roofing, kind of goes hand in hand with what we do.
Yeah.
So, and I think spring fever just makes the phone ring.
Yeah.
But never too busy.
Never too busy,
Never
right?
too
You
busy.
can never be too busy. Actually, sometimes you can be too busy, right?
But good advice for folks would be to consider that the fall is the busiest time of year for getting your rain gutters on. So it seems like every year people are surprised at the longer lead times going into the fall.
Okay.
But when people are working on their houses all summer long, roofing, siding, painting, and rain gutters are part of that. They're at the tail end, and so we do get a huge volume of calls late in the fall in anticipation of winter.
Okay.
So the lead times are a little longer.
Okay. So note to self: get it done in the early summer or late spring.
Well, if you can, if you can. Sometimes it just works out that way. You know, if you can't get the house painted in time, or your painter has a longer schedule than he first thought, which, you know, we've seen a lot of that the last couple of years.
Awesome.
But yeah, the fall is the busiest time of year for sure.
Cool. Well, Kris, thank you so much for coming on today. And
absolutely,
it was a
glad
pleasure
to be
having
here.
you on, and I learned a lot. So thank you.
Have me out to your house.
Yeah. Actually, I probably my home's 13 years old, and I don't think anyone's checked my rain gutters. So maybe a good time, right? So
maybe no news is good news.
No news is good news. Well, thank you for tuning in to My House, My Home, and have a great rest of your day.
Weather in the inland Northwest can wear you down. And if your gutters are in poor condition or you do not have gutters, you could suffer damage that could cost a fortune to fix. Rainman Seamless Rain Gutters has almost 30 years of professional experience in serving the inland Northwest region and strives to ensure customer service that is second to none, from the time you call to the end of the project.
Hi, this is Larry Myers, normally at River Ridge Hardware, here at Peters Hardware, where I've been blessed to be able to buy it. Initially started in 1934 by Bill Peters, and I was blessed to be able to purchase that from the Peters family. Peters Hardware is located at 12118 East Sprague, enter off of Pines and First. We have all the quality home products that you need, including quality paint now, where we can match any color that you want. We're here for you for all your home needs. Come on by to Peters Hardware in Spokane Valley.
Hello, I'm Parker with Hope Neighborhood Coffee Roasters. Hope is a student-led professional coffee production here at the Hunt Settlement. to promote cultural awareness through country of origin studies with coffee farmers worldwide. And third, provide a sustainable funding for the Hutton Settlement Education Program.
Hi, my name is Roxanne. Please join us to nurture and educate Hutton youth by becoming a monthly coffee subscriber. You can visit us by going to www.huttonsettlement.org and click on the About Us page. Thank you.
The world has changed a lot in 50 years, and Kimley Haygood has changed with it. We still provide our customers with the highest level of service, whether it's financing, construction management, property management and maintenance, leasing, or sales. Our team is here to help you make the best decisions with your real estate.
Thank you for joining us for The Pulse. Join us every Friday for a new version of the Pulse of Spokane. Until then, have a great day.